Update 3 on Typhoon Halong, which has continued to weaken to wind speeds of 115 miles per hour and a pressure of 948 millibars. Its position is now 17.5 degrees north, 130.1 degrees east, and is expected to move towards the north over the next few days. Don't forget, Halong was the first Category 5 typhoon of the Western Pacific season, and is now no longer, of course, weakened significantly since then, and is likely to continue weakening gradually over the next 5 days into a Category 2 storm and then eventually a Category 1 typhoon before making landfall in Japan, either the northernmost Ryukyu Islands or the southern of the main islands, either Kyushu or Shikoku by the looks of things, as a marginal typhoon. That's what we're currently looking at over the next 5 days, but those along the Japanese islands, all the way from top to toe almost, should be expecting storm conditions. Sea surface temperatures are fairly conducive, 28 to 29 degrees Celsius, though there is a little pocket towards the north of cooler waters, and the storm's been stalling a little bit recently, so the longer it remains in place, the more it may reduce. Wind shear has been the real killer for the storm over the past few days. You can see it here, high amounts towards the north and increasing in between the storm and Japan. As far as water vapor is concerned, not too much concern, a little pocket or two of dry air extending to the south from the Japanese islands towards the storm, but the storm itself is not suffering from dry air intrusion. The CMC computer model then takes the storm towards the north, looks like a little kink to the east actually, near the start of that loop, and then towards the north, looking at a landfall on Shikoku, and then further another landfall on Hokkaido, with more storms forming and coming into the Western Pacific from the Central Pacific region. The GFS fairly similar, with another typhoon to the east there, the storm moving towards the west and then the east, and then sort of spiralling around a little bit and then making landfall in Japan along the main islands, again probably as a marginal typhoon. So here's the latest satellite imagery. The northern half of the storm is fairly quiet in comparison to the southern half, which is where all the main stuff is going on in terms of rainfall, thunderstorm activity, probably the strong winds as well, to the south of the centre of the storm. Not too much in the way of an eye anymore, that deteriorated when it initially weakened. But the storm, you can just see the direction just towards the northwest by the looks of things. That's expected to continue towards the north in the next few hours. But as you can see, just to the south of the core is where the strongest part of the storm is, the deepest colours, and to the south a lot of spiral bands extending towards the south as well, which may be good news for Japan if that remains the case, because if it was to the north, that would be the worst case scenario for Japan. As of August the 4th at 3 PM UTC, there are lots of storms active. Hurricane Iselle is now a Category 4 storm in the Eastern Pacific. We also have Bertha, Julio, and still Genevieve, which could enter the Western Pacific as a tropical storm in the next few days. 46 tropical storms have formed this year so far in 2014 worldwide. 19 of those have become Category 1 typhoons or their equivalents worldwide, with winds of 74 miles per hour plus sustained, and 12 of those have become Category 3 storms with winds of 115 miles per hour plus. Halong was the 11th to do that. Not too far from 2010 as well, which only had 19 in that year. You can visit any of Force 13's 6 outlets. The website, force13.com, will keep you most up to date with all the goings on around the world, topics-wise. The video pages, YouTube and Dailymotion, just search Force 13 on those for regular video updates. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And of course the social platforms too, Facebook and Twitter, just search Force 13 on those. Get liking, following, at Force 13 on Twitter, and you can speak to me personally on Skype, add Fool13 on there for tropical weather chat. On the current situation and any other information. And Force 13's forum will be relaunching later today on August the 4th. You can visit it right now at force13.com/forum to discuss and ask questions with fellow storm trackers. The next update on this storm will follow, if necessary, at 3 AM UTC on on August the 5th. But that's all for now.